I've been talking to a singer called Deeyah, raised in Norway by South Asian parents, but currently living in America, her family still in Oslo. She told me what she made of the mass killing carried out by Breivik in her country.
For myself, what this told me is whatever makes somebody commit such horrific crimes is something that is beyond my capacity to understand. However, the type of beliefs that he holds are opinions and beliefs that unfortunately we see a lot of people hold across Europe, and I think that is something that is essential that we now address. You know, there are a lot of resentments, a lot of fear, and also a lot of brewing hatred and misunderstandings that are right underneath the surface across Europe.
And what is that? Is that race? Is that religion? Is it simply an outsider, the other, that people are fearful of?
To me, I think it is a very deep fear of the other. And now, mind you, I think this deep fear of the other is something that we find across the board and throughout every community, not just white society in Europe, but thankfully they are just pockets within the white society that are less tolerant and less accepting and less willing to realize that, Europe today is a different Europe. Norway today is a different Norway than it was pre-immigration. My grandfather was among the first immigrants to come to Norway, and subsequently the influence of immigrant culture has changed, and also the color of Norway today is different. And Norway and Europe is never going to be what it used to be pre-immigration. And similarly, Muslim communities will not be able to re-establish Pakistan in the West either, or Afghanistan in the West either. So I think this fear of the other sits within factions and pockets on all sides, and I think we have to address it. I've heard so many times now across Europe saying, multiculturalism didn't work. And, maybe my understanding of multiculturalism is different than theirs, but I don't think that that's the attitude that we can take with this. I was born and raised in Norway. I come from a Muslim family. I'm not going anywhere. I've unfortunately experienced prejudices from both within the Muslim community and also from within white society as well. And we're here. We're going to have to try and make this work. Europe is not going to be cleansed of Muslims or of brown people or black people or people of other heritage and other cultures. That's just not going to happen.
So your family, you've described, perfectly plugged in to Norwegian society still, contentedly, stress-free?
I would say yes. I would say, every society has its challenges, but I think the Norwegian society and how it's been dealing with its immigrants and also with the question of integration on a state level, there's been so much effort and openness there to try and make this into an inclusive, very open, very positive and supportive society. And I think they have accomplished that, but there obviously will always be these pockets on absolutely every side of society that do not want to accept that our country today is a different country.
And that is Deeyah, and you can find about her latest recordings on her website, deeyah.com, deeyah.com.